Hello, I am back. Happy Friday. I'm going to put together another meatless recipe for you guys. So today I'm going to do cauliflower tacos. When I decided to not do meat, especially not do the turkey, tacos was one of the meals that was I kind of missed. So I had to find different ways how to do my tacos. So there are two different ways I do my tacos. One way I make them with lentils, and then another way I use cauliflower. The lentils does taste a little bit more like tacos but the meat, depending on, because beef is a little bit more thick. Turkey isn't as thick, but it still has that consistency. Lentils is kind of soft. So when you bite it, it'll bite like refried beans. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But the lentil tacos with lentils is the closest you'll get to regular tacos. Cauliflower, I make mine a whole different than regular tacos because I put mangoes in mine. I use what is it? I can't think of it. A vegetable slaw. I use vegetable slaw. So I make mine totally different than regular tacos. But if I'm having a taco craving, then I'll do the lentil tacos because I'll do the lettuce, the tomatoes. I'll even put onions on mine, cilantro, guac, and the taco sauce. Sometimes I may do salsa, but it all depends on whatever in the mood that I want to do, whatever. But for the most part, if I want something different, which today I do the cauliflower tacos, which the cauliflower tacos are amazing as well. I make everything from scratch. When I do the lentils tacos, I don't do everything from scratch. I may buy tortillas from the store. But when I do the cauliflower, I do my own tortillas. I make it like pita bread. So I'll show you the whole process. It is easy, it is simple. It does take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. So first you have to open the cauliflower and cut off the leaves. So let me, so to kind of give it that taco flavor, I use this taco seasoning. So I sprinkle it on there. So let me get this all taken care of. Okay, so once we have opened up the cauliflower, took all the leaves off, we cut the cauliflower up, we make sure we rinse them off, and make sure you have like a large dish that you can put it in. I put the oven on 400, so it's waiting for me. Well, now it's waiting for me. So you can pour your cauliflower in there. And I toss it in grapeseed oil. So I just sprinkle some grapeseed oil, or drizzle it, I should say. They have different cooking words that I don't know yet, but it might look like I'm putting a lot on there, but I'm not really. Okay. So I toss it. You guys see. Okay, just make sure that it's evenly coated on both sides, front, back, all sides, front, back, side to side. Okay. And my hands are oily. So here's our seasoned packet. So this is one that I have from previously before. So I might need to open up the new one. So I don't put any salt or any pepper or anything on there. This packet has everything you need. Depending on how much cauliflower you have, you may only need one packet. So once I put the first packet or half or whatever, or first half, I toss it just to make sure it's evenly coated. Okay. So I want a little bit more. So I'm gonna open the second packet. Ta-da! Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, so this covers it even more. You can move it around if you want. But it looks like it's evenly coated on both sides. So we have achieved that part. So I'm a little special. I like to add other stuff to my stuff. I usually use cayenne pepper, but I don't have any. So I kind of have to go with what I have here. So I am going to use, we're going to save this for later. Stick that up here. All right. I am going to use crushed red pepper flakes. And I just sprinkle some all over it. I like my stuff hot. So I don't know about y'all. I like my stuff a little spicy. So it should look like this. It's evenly coated. And you just put it in the oven. The oven should be on for 100 and it should already be preheated. As long as I'm burn myself. Okay, so we can let that sit for like about 30 minutes. And once that is baking, then I make my my pita bread. I used to make the salsa from scratch, but I kind of cheated. This makes it quicker. So this is the salsa that I like to use. And I like to cut up mangoes in mine and avocados. But the next step after you put your cauliflower in the oven, watch it for like the next 30 minutes. The next step is to do your flour. All right, so I got all of the ingredients out to make the pita bread. Pita bread is really simple. I can't remember the exact ingredients, but I think it's just the flour, sugar, and salt. That's it. It's really simple. So we're going to start with a cup. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then we're going to do a teaspoon of salt. And that wasn't a full one. There we go. Okay. And you kind of want to stir it all up together. So we're gonna do another, because the last time I remember, I didn't have enough. We're gonna do a 1/2 cup. Okay. And then 2 more tablespoons of sugar. And then a teaspoon of salt. So I'm just doing my grinder in a measuring cup, and I use and a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that should be enough. And then you add the water. So you don't want it to be like pancakes. You want it to be like dough. We want dough. Okay, so we want the dough. And it's not as much as you think it is. I probably should have added some more. All right, I think I made it too soupy. So let me add some more. And let me get this spoon out of here. So it's about to get real messy. I don't know if you guys can see. There we go. So you kind of want to roll it around like dough. And I need to add some more sugar and salt because I did add another. See how messy it gets? All right, let me free my hand. All right. And do another tablespoon of sugar. And we're gonna do a half teaspoon. Let me make sure. Yes, this looks like a half. Yep, it sure is. Perfect. Okay. So now we just want to blend it all together. There you go. I haven't made this in a while, so we're gonna see how this turn out. I might have to do a follow-up video if my dough don't turn out right. But it should. Okay. I hate that it's all sticking to my fingers. All right. Look. So, first step, we want to put a little bit of flour down. And you want to grab you a ball and put it in the flour. Can you see it? Can you see it? There we go. All right. So this will help the flour be a little bit more together. Okay. So a lot of the flour should come off your hands, like it's doing. Ugh, this is the part I don't like. But the pita bread tastes so good, so fresh. You can roll it out if you want, but I already don't care. I used to roll mine out when I first did it, but as time went on, I just wanted some pita bread. I didn't care how it looked. All right, so a lot of this stuff that's stuck on my finger are rolling off because it has other flour that's sticking to it, which is good. Okay. Roll it in a ball. And you put this on a skillet or in a pan. If it's still sticky, then you need to put some more flour. So the key here is to make sure the dough isn't sticking. Okay. That's the key. So you want to smash it again. If you like your dough even, make sure it's circular. You can just smash it out, or you can use a roller. I have a roller, but I don't feel like pulling it out. So I just smash mine out into a circle. It's a lot of upper body work, but it's all good. I like a good workout. All right, so I have my pita bread nice and ready. Let me wash the stuff off my hands so my hands can be free. And I put butter in my pan, let it melt. And by now you should be able to smell your cauliflower, because I can smell mine. All right. So I'm gonna use a little bit of butter. Let the butter melt. So as the butter is melting, the trick that I do for the pita bread. So if you put the pita bread on the skillet with all of that flour on there, it's gonna be white. So I use this and I'll just dab some water on it to soften that side up. The wet side is the side that I put inside of the skillet, and I let that side cook first. And then while that side is cooking, I do the same to the other side, because I don't like my pita bread to have white powder on it. So this is just a trick I learned. You don't want to get your board wet. You might, but that's okay. Okay, so as you can see, it's shining. I didn't put enough butter in here, but that's okay. We're going to add a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So we're going to let that melt and then put that on top of the skillet. All right, the butter has melted. So I'm going to take all of this over there. And just flip it over. And this is what it looks like. So while the bottom side is cooking, I'm going to put water on top of there. All right, so I did do the other side. So as you can see, the white is not on there no more. So we're going to let that cook. And while that's cooking, the cauliflower is cooking. Well, I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes and check on it again. So we're going to get another ball, and we're going to repeat that process. Put the ball on here. And you can hear it sizzling. We want to repeat that process that we did before. Get the stickies off. Roll it in the ball. That part is still sticky, so you want to dab it in the flour. And every now and then you may have to put some more flour on here because the ball will eat up the flour. Okay, so we should be good here. Okay. All right, so we're going to put this out in a circle like we did before. And the pita bread doesn't take long to cook. So I hear it over there sizzling. I may have it up too high, which I think I do. So I don't want any burned pita bread. It's still cooking. So once it gets a little bit brown on one side, you flip it over and let the other side cook. Maybe let it cook for a minute, maybe 2 at a time. The pita breads, they cook really fast. So the pita bread should be done before the cauliflower is done, or kind of a little bit right after. So, which is why I always put my cauliflower in first, because the cauliflower usually takes a little bit longer. So let's check again. All right, so I did flip over. So see how it looks like pita bread? And we're gonna just let the other side cook. Cauliflower is almost done. And the next one would be to put another pita bread on. All right, so the cauliflower is done. Let me show you what it should look like. Like it's roasted. And we have our last pita bread that's on the stove. So that'll be done. So I have a stack of pita breads here, looks like pancakes. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I made 6. So the next step is to get the toppings. So I have regular salsa, avocados. I have regular salsa, avocado, because I like to make kind of guacamole. And then I like to cut mangoes in there and put the slaw on top. Oh, amazing. All right, so I cut the mango in half. So this is how I do it. So I open up the salsa. And I did that backwards. Let me start over. See, we all messed up. Okay. So let me cut Mr. Avi open. Ta-da! And I like to scoop, and I could use a spoon. There we go. Scoop them out and smash them up. And then pour the salsa on there. And I hope, okay, good. So it should be like kind of like guacamole. You don't really have to cut the avocado up really fine. You could still leave the chunks in there. I like little chunks, but not really big chunks. And I like a lot of salsa on mine, so I'll add a bit more. Now the thing with this is when you add the avocado, if you have leftovers, the avocado is going to turn brown because when it hits the air, it turns brown. So that's why I don't like to put a lot of avocado in here and waste it. So this can go in my smoothie, on a salad. But sure enough, that's gonna go in a smoothie. All right. So here is the mango. So you wanna slice the mango down. Make sure you don't cut your hand. I do this all the time, but I'm always cutting myself too. And you pop it out. And I'm so tempted to just eat it. But you can have big mango chunks, small mango chunks. It's up to you. I used to blend the mango up in there, but the mango, because it's so juicy, it would make it runny. So now I just cut the mango up and I just put it on top. This is my favorite fruit, by the way. I can eat this every day, all day. I usually have cilantro, but I didn't get any this time, so I'm making it without cilantro. Plus, this salsa has cilantro in it. So normally when I make my own salsa from scratch, that's when I buy the cilantro. So this is the first time I've actually made this recipe and not made my own salsa. So I am doing a little bit different. So as you can see, I have the mangoes in there. All right, so let's get our plates out. I want to get a big piece of pita bread. And I think the middle and the first piece I did were kind of hefty. All right. Okay, so you just scoop whatever amount you want to put on your pita. Let's open the bag of slaw if it don't burst open everywhere. You're gonna use scissors to be on the safe side. Put some slaw. And you can use lettuce. This is just how I do it. You can do your own recipe. I get a lot of recipes from different places and I change a lot of the ingredients, a lot of the toppings and stuff. So everybody's palate is different. So whatever you like, you know, you can use regular lettuce. If you want to put cheese on it, you can. I don't do dairy. So that's why I don't use cheese, but you can put cheese on there if you like. Move some of this stuff. And then I just put the salsa on top. And it might fall apart while you're eating it, but that's how you know you got the best food, if it don't stay together. And this is it. I'm about to tear this up. So this is the cauliflower tacos with the mango salsa I've made. Subscribe to my videos, like my videos. I will do the lentil tacos the next time just so you guys can see the difference, but it'll be a big difference. The lentil tacos look more like regular tacos. This is kind of like a spoofed up taco version. So this is it. I'm about to eat. Ciao.